Hello everybody, this is AK. I'm back. So I was thinking of taking a break today, but the tripod that I ordered has arrived for my phone, so that I can take videos of my games without too much shaking, and hopefully it solves the problem of people getting giddy watching my videos. Right, so I am in a German battleship here, the Pommern, and I'm in a PvE mode this time, not PvP. So a group of us, 7 players, got together and we went into what we call an operation, a mission. And in this mission, we are supposed to rescue some supply ships and then escort them out of the combat zone. Right, so here we are trying to take down some Japanese warships, and there you see in the background is a Japanese battleship, right? And I'm trying to take that ship down together with my how shall we call it, together with my allies, right? So 7 of us against AI, right? So with battleship, the thing is that our shells load quite slowly. It's like every 32 seconds we get a shot, so we have to be very careful we don't waste that shot. So now my shots are loaded, I fire, I take careful aim and I fire, and I destroy that battleship, right? So it's very similar to investing, right? We try to wait for that perfect opportunity, but of course we don't always get a perfect opportunity. So sometimes, like I say, when we buy a stock that we like, it's very rare that we could get it at the lowest price possible, and it's very rare that we could sell it at the highest price possible. As long as we make money, all is well, right? So, and in response to so many of my Alibaba videos recently, right, I've got a couple of questions which I want to reply to. Number one is someone asked me if I would ever consider increasing my exposure to Alibaba to the extent of maybe going all in, right? Well, I have already said that I am thinking of increasing my exposure to Alibaba, so that is about 10% of my portfolio. I mean, who knows, I might increase that in future, because now I don't consider Alibaba so much as a speculative investment anymore. It's more of a growth investment with a very little bit of income component, because the dividend isn't something you'll write home about. So I can increase the proportion of that Alibaba has in my portfolio, right? Simply because I consider it more like a growth investment for growth and a little bit of income right now. But I will never go all in into Alibaba. In fact, I'll never go all in into any investment. I think it's a bad idea to have like 100% and close to 100% of our portfolio in a single stock, right? I think that's too much concentration risk for me. No matter how good it looks, no matter how confident we feel, that one stock, who knows, something could happen, right? Recently in the news, there's a lot of talk about United Healthcare in America, which was a high flying stock, and everything was going well for that company. Didn't think it would actually go down, but then now it's down by more than 50%. Right, so Chinese people say 人算不如天算, right? So sometimes things just happen, Murphy's law, right? So I'll say that for anyone, right, don't go all in into a single stock, and definitely do not borrow money to invest with. That's just plain gambling, and we don't have to take that kind of risk, right? The second question is, in my last video, I say that I will be buying more if the price goes down to test the rising 20 days moving average at 407 or 408, and then if it breaks that and then it goes down, it could overshoot to the downside, and we could see 401, 402, and I might buy more again. But then the question then is, what if 401, 402 were to break? Well, if 401, 402 were to break, then I'll stop buying for a while, because I see the next support after that, right, to be provided by the rising 100 days moving average, which is about $110, which if convert that to the SDR price, that'll be about $3.74. So that's quite a lot to fall. That's quite a lot to fall. So we don't have to buy every time the share price fall. Right, we buy when we think the share price can find some support. All right, so if we keep buying every time the share price falls a few cents, we'll be out of money very soon, right? So the thing is, I'm never fully invested. I always have some dry powder so I can take advantage of more severe market pessimism, right? Like I say, the 200 days moving average is now approximately about 100 Hong Kong dollars. And, you know, in case market turns very pessimistic, we could see that. And at about 100 Hong Kong dollars, Singapore SDR price, well, I haven't calculated the Singapore SDR price for that. Maybe someone can do that. The thing is, looking at the chart, it's important that we see the support at 401 and 402 hold, because if it bounces back intraday and it goes above the 20 days moving average in the next session or two, it means that the uptrend is still intact. Otherwise, the uptrend is broken and we could see new lows form and another uptrend, a more gradual one forming, right? So like I say, don't ever be too overly optimistic, but at the same time, don't be overly pessimistic. Be pragmatic, pace ourselves, and we should be fine, right? So that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If AK can talk to himself, so can you. Bye-bye.